And on this Tuesday, October 28th, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered the army to carry out powerful strikes in Gaza. The decision comes after an Israeli official reported that Hamas fired on Israeli forces in southern Gaza. Hamas has delayed handing over another hostage's body in response to Israel's planned strikes. Yesterday, the Palestinian militant group handed over body parts that Israel identified as the remains of a hostage recovered earlier in the war. Netanyahu called the return a clear violation of the U.S. brokered ceasefire agreement, which requires Hamas to return all Israeli hostage remains as soon as possible. A federal judge has blocked President Trump's administration from pulling sexual education funding over curricula mentioning diverse gender identities. U.S. District Court Judge Ann Aiken in Oregon issued the preliminary injunction yesterday. The order came in a lawsuit filed by 16 states and the District of Columbia against the Health and Human Services Department. The department wants to prohibit the inclusion of what it describes as gender ideology in lessons funded by two federal grant programs used to teach about abstinence and contraception. The lawsuit alleges that the new grant conditions violate the separation of powers in federal law. The health department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. A Utah judge has ruled that the 22-year-old man charged with killing Charlie Kirk can't appear in court wearing street clothes, but must be physically restrained due to security concerns. Attorneys for Tyler Robinson said images of him shackled and in jail clothing would spread widely in a case with extensive media coverage. They argued it could prejudice future jurors. Judge Tony Graff agreed to make some allowances to protect Robinson's presumption of innocence before a trial. Utah prosecutors have charged Robinson with aggravated murder and plan to seek the death penalty. Graff said the charges are extremely serious and present safety concerns, so Robinson must be restrained. Turning Point USA CEO Erika Kirk will appear on Fox News in her first interview since the murder of her husband. Tammy Trujillo reports.
Erika Kirk's interview with Jesse Waters is set to air on Wednesday, November 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern. It will feature a behind-the-scenes look at Turning Point USA's headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona, and a TPU tour stop at the University of Mississippi. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
The governor of Louisiana wants LSU to erect a statue of Charlie Kirk on the campus in Baton Rouge. Governor Jeff Landry says there is no better warrior for free speech than Kirk.
We're going to put a challenge out to the LSU Board of Supervisors to find a place to put a statue.
Landry made the comments last night after speaking at an event in Baton Rouge put on by Turning Point USA. He urged students to be curious, ask questions, and seek the truth. And that's Newsmakers for this Tuesday, October 28th, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.